Hey there guys, and how my ass literally hurts. So here's a piece of advice so that you guys don't have a hurted ass. What do we do when you eat too much Chinese food, and especially too much spicy Chinese food? The first thing you do is make sure you have soft toilet papers in your home, because your ass is going to hurt and you're going to pay the price like I am right now, and you'll probably have to get a pillow everywhere with you to sit on it and not directly on something hard, because your ass will hurt bad. And don't forget to have some room fresheners as well. So anyways, just what can I say, painful day of my life. I'll have to deal with my hurt ass. So let's just get to the video and stop this disgusting talks. This video is probably one of the most important videos about C, because in this video you're going to learn about structures, and if you have heard about classes, like Java uses classes, the classes system is basically based on structures but more advanced. So let me just give you a scenario. You want to have data of students, and like say for example you just want to store roll number and name of one student. So you can just do that by declaring this two variables, and you can just store it. Now if your requirement increases, now you want to store roll number 400 students and name 400 students, you can just declare an array. So this will store 100 integer values, which will be your roll numbers, by roll number 0, roll number 1, roll number 2, and stuff like that. And to store 100 names, you can just declare a 2D array. And what this basically will do is it will store 100 names of 50 characters or less. So that's how you can do it. Now imagine if you want to store all the data, like in which class is he studying, in what subjects he is studying, what are the marks in his subjects, and stuff like that. You will need to declare every variable. Like for marks in physics, you will declare int phi, and then for math you will declare int math, in say English, and because you're doing that for 100 students, you will declare them as arrays of size hundreds, blah blah blah. So you just get the hang of it, what I'm trying to say. And this is pretty okay, but it's just one thing just annoying is that you will have to manage each and everything by a for loop. Now say that say if you had a data type called student, I'll just remove these arrays for now and then go further deep into the explanation. Yeah, so here we go. So if C allowed you to have a data type called student, which actually contains all of this. So okay, I'll just minimize that, which contained all of this inside it. You were pretty good by saying that okay, declare a student type variable named stud1 or student1, whatever you prefer, and this will have all these values. And now to maintain say records of 100 students, you can just declare a array of student data type which will have these values. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that stud0 will have its own these values, and stud1 will have its own of these values. So this will make things pretty easy, right? But unfortunately C doesn't have any data type called student, but thankfully it allows us to create our own data types, and those are basically called basically called structures. So in structures you basically define a structure of a new data type which you want to create in C. So we'll just quickly get into the code of structures. I'll just discard it. Here's the code of the structure. So here's the syntax. To define your own data type, you need to first write a keyword struct. You have to do it out of the main first of all. you write the keyword struct, which means that you're going to define a structure. The hiccups, man. Sorry, again. I hope it stops. So anyways, so you write the keyword structure, and then after the space you write the name you want to give to the structure, or to be precise, the name you want to give to the data type. And inside the structured block you define what type of data that structure will store. So for example, in my case, I have declared a student type of structure or a student type of data. In this student data, I want to store an integer, which will be roll number, and a character array, which basically I mean a string, which will be name, and it will have 25 characters. So I want this to be stored inside my student data type. Okay, now this is pretty much it, our declaration of structures. You can have any type of variable. You can have a float over here, float marks, float percentage. You can have these as well, it's perfectly fine. And if you remember, when I was talking about arrays for the first time, I said that there are two types of data structures: homogeneous data structures, which store same type of data, and heterogeneous data structures, which store different types of data. So as you can see, a structure is a data structure which can store different types of data, so it's a heterogeneous data structure. And here we go, guys, with the code now in void main. So this is my void main, and inside my void main I have declared a student type variable named stud1. So this is how you declare a variable for a structure you have defined. You write struct student and then the name of the variable. So basically what I'm writing is struct, name of the structure I have given, and then the name of the variable. Okay, guys, so now that's what's going on over here. Okay, so this dot operator is what going to say, I'll just tell you this, I'll just show it to you this way. So the stud1 will have its own roll number, stud1 roll number, and it will also have stud1 name. So to access the roll number of stud1 and the name of stud1, we have the AX dot operator. So this dot operator basically means stud1 has a roll number. So this dot operator is just saying that the stud1's roll number and stud1's name. So if I just replace this by apostrophe s, it's just the same thing, stud1's roll number and stud1's name. So I'll just keep it a dot because apostrophe s is a syntax error. So this code is fine. We are just saying that stud1 has a roll number equal to 9. But this is wrong. You cannot assign strings to string variables in a structure like this. But what you can do is you can copy the string you want to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to strcpy and then copy my string into stud1.name, and the string I'm going to copy is Ricardo, because that's my nickname. So yeah, so now this Ricardo will be copied to stud1's name. So stud1's name will be equal to Ricardo. And now to print it, we go for the same thing. Roll number is equal to %d, and name is equal to %s, and I want my %d to be replaced by stud1's roll number, and my name %s to be replaced by stud1's name. So I'll just quickly compile it and show it to you guys. Okay, I have not /a.out in a while. So as you can see, it printed me the roll number I gave to stud1 and the roll number name I gave to stud2. You can have many variables, stud2, I'm just gonna copy paste it because I'm lazy. Copy it and then paste it, and instead of stud1 we are going to change stud2 to roll number 10, and stud2's name we are going to say Ricky, because that's my nickname, and that's where we get my another nickname called Ricardo. And then we are going to print the stud2's roll number and student2's name. Just gonna save it and quickly compile it and then run it. So this is pretty much structures. This is the introduction part to structures, because this is the important topic. We are going to take one at a time. We are going to take one thing at a time, not too many things, so that you don't just get cluttered. You can have structures like this, and notice that I have not assigned the marks in percentage over here, so I'll just do that for stud2. Stud2 dot marks is equal to 200.2. say that this mark was average something, and stud2 dot percent is equal to 98.99. he's a very intelligent guy. And now I'm going to print those as well. So to print that, I'm just gonna quickly print that, and I'm not gonna show you how what is. So the video is short, and I want my %f to be replaced by a stud2 dot marks and stud2 dot percent. Save it, quickly compile it so that you guys can see it ran, and as you can see, it ran kind of fine, not because it rounded off to the floats to some bit, but it worked kind of fine. It worked the way it's supposed to. So this is how you can have structures in C, or you can say your own creation of data types. Please feel free to do anything with my code as a base. You can do anything with it. You can try to create students with more parameters, or saying more properties and stuff like that. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.